Hello and thank you for watching. This is the afternoon edition of Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. My name is Elsie Godwin and I'm here with Ore, Ajewole and Ifeoluwa.
Hello.
The mistake is not happening today. How are you guys doing?
Well, how are you?
Good. A bit headache, but...
How'd you come to work today?
Uber.
So interesting.
Uber.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Not about that life anymore.
All right, the first story of the day is a shocking one as photos of heavily pregnant Big Brother Naija ex-star or star Tboss gets fans talking. According to a Facebook user, she met heavily pregnant Tboss at Medic Aid Radio Diagnostic Center at Wuse in Abuja, Nigeria. She went on to say, and I quote, "Auntie, it's time you stop insulting your followers and denying being pregnant. Wonder what's bad in celebrity being pregnant, that you have to deny it and insult people, forgetting that as long as you remain in Nigeria, we go see you somewhere." By the way, she looks way prettier in reality than on screen, wishing her safe delivery. End of quotes. So we saw the pictures. So we'll probably have it on screen soon, and it kind of looks like Tboss. And
I go, if it kind of looks like Tboss.
yeah. What do you think? Did you see the picture?
I did see them.
Did it look like Tboss?
Kind of looked like Tboss.
Ifeoluwa.
I mean, I wasn't even here when this girl got famous. So
Yeah.
I didn't follow. I had to read up on who she was, and it was from Big Brother and everything. So from what I saw, it kind of looked like the same person. So since we're all kind of looking.
Why are we all doing this kind of? But you know, a couple, was it last month or a couple months back, when the pregnancy rumors started up, she did that video. And then the pregnancy rumors were actually linked to her having an affair with Franklin as well. And then she did that video.
No, she did not debunk being pregnant.
Yeah,
she only
yeah.
debunked having a
Just
relationship
having a
with Ubi.
And at that time, the video she did was just like from the chest up. And I remember telling someone that this auntie is not going to show below because she's probably pregnant. And in my experience in Nigeria, once a popular person stops taking full pictures or stops doing videos where they show in full, they're probably hiding a pregnancy.
But why do they have to hide a pregnancy?
People are paranoid. I don't know what Tboss's reason is, but I know that people
Maybe
are
because
paranoid.
she's not married.
Hers
Or
could
maybe
be.
she's married also and we don't know.
Okay.
And word of advice for our reliable source, Facebook care. Please, when you are doing things like this, focus your camera.
You know.
You know, the sunlight was you know, you didn't do this job well. Just do it well. Let's appreciate you. Because there's a possibility of her coming out to say, nah, that's not me. And we'll argue.
Or that she wasn't
the picture
pregnant.
is not so clear. But if you followed her on Big Brother, then you probably say, oh, no, this is really you. So we still stand to be corrected. You know, Tboss, you can come out to tell us you're not pregnant. Or just own up to the pregnancy and show us that beautiful... They call it maternity shoot. No, she would do photo shoots.
Although she'll probably only show you photos after the child is born.
Please use a good camera, get a good angle, look at the ring also, try to see if she's, you know, do this job well. That's all I have to say.
I know people were coming for her that she should mind her business, but I don't know, I'm just always of the opinion that as a celebrity, like you're in my face and I'm giving you money to be in my face. Of course I'm gonna be in your business. Your business is literally why you're making money. So
and I
whatever.
think she was really moved to do that because she's been, according to them, insulting people that are saying she's pregnant. So if you're really pregnant, why, maybe you should just ignore, even if you don't want to come out to say,
Right, just ignore.
Why get so upset?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, I don't think she was anyone the right to like say to people that she's pregnant or not. But if you find out and we're your fans, I will say like, oh, I've seen this person say Facebook. But I hope that she does address this person, because person came with receipts. And I also like the way she conducted her message, although she started attacking her, subbing her a little bit. But I think despite it all, it was still from a good place. That all the best, you look pretty. And you know,
Wish you safe delivery.
wish you safe delivery. Yeah.
I like where we are getting to, because it's actually easy. I mean, who was I having this conversation with? I think it was you and I at the mall when we were talking about how Adesua, the news came out that she's pregnant. That's not confirmed yet, not exactly. And you're saying, I mean, she goes out, she goes to buy things. Somebody must have seen her. And I think as much as you people make it look like we don't mind our business in Nigeria, I think we do to an extent.
Right, because someone would have seen Tboss
you know,
things, right?
You know, and at this point, I hope that they will kind of reduce that minding of business and be our paparazzos. You know, we need this gist. Anyway, moving on to the next topic of conversation. Jennifer Lopez gets caught in forehead after hitting microphone on stage. The 49-year-old posted a YouTube video that tracked the screw up on stage. While the video does not show the moments of impact, she's heard saying in a pained voice, "I just looked to the side at the wrong time. I was bleeding, blood coming down on my face." She was telling her fiancé, Alex Rodriguez. We have that video. I'm not sure if it's ready, but I want you to watch the video. Okay, the video is ready. So let's see this video before I make my own opinion.
By the way, it was the best show I've seen so far.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. It was Saturday night in Vegas, and you guys killed it. And you showed why you're a champion, baby. I just went down, and you still came back up, and had the best show so far. I'm so proud of everyone. That was amazing. And by the way, every time I see the show, it keeps getting better and better and better. You guys are amazing. I'm so proud of you. Everyone. I mean, maybe I saw a lady, she had to be like 94. She was singing and dancing, and by the end she started jumping. I said, somebody watch her.
She would have already.
No. She was in the aisle, baby, like jumping, going crazy. You don't see how great you are up there. You really have no idea.
Aww. Ah, cuteness overloaded. I mean, I think Alex Rodriguez has to be the most supporting boyfriend of the year. Like, you have to go back to YouTube to watch the full video.
Yeah,
It was so sweet, and he was there all through, supporting her. I mean, that's amazing. That's how I feel. Sorry about but we were seeing the love.
At this point, I'm just thinking like, yo, J-Lo is a champ, because hitting yourself in the head with a mic during a live performance, first of all, it will throw you off, and then finding out that you're actually bleeding will make you realize she probably had a headache somewhere, but because from the video we saw, we didn't know, and I don't think if she didn't come out to say it, we probably wouldn't even know that anything happened to her on stage, but she just carried on. Well, I mean, she's been doing this for years, so I don't know why I'm surprised that...
I haven't really been not that I'm not a fan, but I'm not a deliberate one, like follow her music and all that stuff. But I think the first thing I noticed is she's really professional about her job, and she criticizes herself a lot. I know that that's a trait for people who are really successful, because you're your biggest critic. So I liked how she took it really personally, and the performance of the show was important to her, and that her guests, her audience is satisfied and all of that stuff. So I'm really happy about that. I'm happy she has this man beside her. It's the whole man, the whole full man. Like I really know.
I'm just.
Oh, really?
What are you just...
I love them together, but I'm at this point in my life where I am done investing in people's relationships. Because then people now break up, and then I will be the one left heartbroken.
I think the person that will be the most heartbroken in this relationship is their daughter, because his child and J-Lo are close. Right. They do videos together. At least that one comes to my timeline. They're always together and stuff, like dancing.
I mean, I know we are all human beings and anything can happen, but at this stage of their lives, you're fine, she's fine, you have a child, he has a child. Like, why are you breaking up?
She doesn't have a child.
Oh, yeah, but, I mean...
She said she's,
so why are you...
But this is J-Lo. I'm not trying to be a bad belly, but J-Lo has she's had good men. At least it looks as good all the time. So I'm getting worried. Like, there's sometimes where the first one like, oh, God helped you, really. Like Ciara, you got you out of a mess, you're the good guy. That's different. But like, you've had good men. You've always had a Russell every time. And it hasn't really worked. So I'm just hoping that, I mean, she said in her video that, oh, I want to marry him forever and ever. So I really hope that that relationship lasts long. I also hope that
people take a cue, especially our celebrities in Nigeria here, take a cue from what she's doing, because she's documenting her life and the struggle she goes through. I mean, watching that makes you understand the hard work they put into what they do. She's not just that woman that comes up and gives you a song and you're like, oh, this song is good, this song is not good. There's hard work behind all this, and it's something that this video makes me appreciate. Yeah. All right, it's time for a quick break, but when we return, it will be time to find out what Nice plans to do to Rapist. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofiofobo, Akbolubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. If I see a rapist, I will kill him. If I see a rapist, I will kill him. That's according to Nice as he speaks on the alarming rates of rape cases in the country. The music star made this known while chatting with Goldmine TV. He says no to rapists. Oh, ladies are plenty. Don't you have mouth to toast a lady? Are you mad? I mean, that's not me. I'm quoting him. And then he went on to say, if I see a rapist, I will kill him. It shall not be well with rapists. They won't prosper. If you cannot toast them with 5K, 10K, 20K, he probably speaking from experience, you can get prostitutes. There are plenty in Ikeja. Rapists should be killed. They should be burnt alive. Rape is worse than stealing because rape victims may not be psychologically balanced again for the rest of their lives. Hence, they need to kill rapists. That is according to Nice. Yeah. What do you think?
I love his passion. Why do I feel like this is not going to anywhere? I love his passion for protecting women. We need that. That's what the basis, or I keep bringing up as feminism, because rape it's a very gender-based thingy. A lot of people that suffer from rape are majority of the time women and young people. So I like that he has that passion for the crime. Yeah, and even just to protect these women, and he's giving you other options, and there are other options. I don't have anything against people going for prostitutes, but if somebody, they should have to eat. So go to those people. There's other options, and he's 100% right about that. But it would be sad to lose the people who are fighting for us to the police system because you've killed someone. I think killing is not a bit extreme, but I don't think, I like to believe he's not meaning that literally. He just has a very strong passion for this case, and I appreciate that.
All right. I think the only thing I agree with in his statement is the ending, where he says rape is worse than stealing because it messes people up psychologically and sometimes for life. As for the other part of there are other options, I'm not sure I totally agree, because rape isn't about the sex. It's usually about the violence and the power. It's about domineering somebody more often than not. So more often than not, if you're saying that rapists should go to prostitutes, okay, so they may be prostitutes, but that means they're going to end up raping these girls. Because for them, the only time they really get off is when they are domineering someone, or there's a little struggle, or there's violence. It's not really about the sex for a lot of them. Because they can, you know that rapists can have regular sex, right? But they choose not to at certain points in time. Some of them have wives at home, girlfriends, who they have regular sex with. But then it's the thrill of the act, the rape itself, that gets them off.
I think you're focusing a lot on a rapist, yeah, like a serial raper. No, not and then he's not talking about the nature of the person or what the reason is for the rape. They're talking about the act itself. But your point.
No, but psychologically, what drives people to rape people is what I'm telling you.
I think a lot of people have been deprived by sex as well. There is a lot, especially with the ones that go for kids in the rural areas. Every time you talk to those people, they say that they're not having sex. A lot of them say that they're not having sex. Even with domestic rape, where it's your partner or your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, a lot of the times it's a deprivation of sex. So you're not giving me the way I wanted to. But I agree to say that there's a lot of people that even it's the going off of power. I agree to that, but it's not all the time. Sometimes
more often than not it is. And then if you
how you prove that?
I feel that I'm sorry, but I feel that when you say rapists should go for prostitutes instead, you're giving them a license.
And I don't think he's saying rapists should go for prostitutes. He's saying instead of raping someone, why don't you just go and have sex with people who are available? And it's telling you
that you're paying for sex doesn't mean you can be
They're
rough.
not gonna pay for it. I don't know. I just don't agree with that statement. I think he should just tell them to get help.
And I don't think he was even talking to. I don't think he was talking to rapists. So that's the thing. I don't think I think he saw men who couldn't control themselves, and he's saying, "Bro, there's other ways to do this." I don't think he was speaking directly to rapists because a man that has raped someone you can call the person a rapist, but there's also people who are serial rapists that you can say, like, if I steal your phone, doesn't mean I'm a thief, like an armed robber. Well, I don't have an armed robber, but you're a thief. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say that there's levels to something. Like, I can fall into an act of something, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I am like a perpetual person in that crime.
Say perpetual. You're defining it yourself.
No, but you're the one referring to him.
Let's bring it home.
No, what I'm saying is that she keeps referring to the fact that Nice is referring to people who constantly rape people.
I didn't
or like
say that.
Who have, well,
He's just saying rapists. He said rapists. He didn't say serial. He just said rapists, right? So if you do this, if you rape people or if you've raped someone, that's what you are. If you go to court, that's what you're charged as a rapist. That's what I'm saying, that if it's something that you have done or will do, or even if it's something you do regularly, I'm not saying strictly people who do it all the time.
Right.
I'm saying anybody who falls in that category, no matter how broad it is.
Yeah.
I just think that saying that might be misconstrued, and people can think, oh, okay, we shouldn't do it to these people, but since nobody really cares, and you know that there's that thin line where people don't really care about prostitutes, and that's why I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay, like I said, bringing it home, people are advocating for capital punishment when it comes to rape. Do you agree?
100%.
Whoa!
And you don't?
No. What do you?
100%.
My conscience is still too big.
No, my conscience is just fine.
Wow.
I'm totally against capital punishment for anything at all. I think that in itself is a crime, and I think it's also an easy way out. Like, you've killed the person, okay, and then what? Like, it doesn't give healing to the victim. It doesn't bring closure for anything. And I think there's worse ways you could really punish someone alive. Solitude, torture. There's a lot of stuff that you could do. I just don't think anyone, law, whoever, has the right to take somebody else's life. That's just me.
All right, moving on. Nicki Minaj pulls out of controversial Saudi Arabia concert. She made the announcement on Tuesday, citing her support for the rights of the women and the LGBTQ community. Nicki Minaj was due to headline the JEDDAH World First Music Festival on July 18, but her plan to appear was criticized last week on social media. And then she says, while I want nothing more than to bring my show to fans in Saudi Arabia, after better educating myself on the issues, I believe it is important for me to make clear my support for the rights of women, the LGBTQ community, and freedom of expression. Ifeoluwa.
I mean, when I first heard that Nicki was going to go and perform in Saudi Arabia, I was like, what are you doing there? Anyway, it's like a pastor going to Iran and sitting there and saying he wants to preach. Like, it's just not the right environment. So I first was admiring the fact that she was still trying to go, but when I heard that the community of activists were even now stopping her, I didn't see that as a surprise. I think you have to make your stance on something. And I saw a quote that was saying, well, she's not even gay, blah, 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 blah. No one is saying that we want gay people to be all over the place and having, like, doing whatever you want, but to criminalize somebody's consented behavior between two adults is inappropriate for me. So in that case, I wouldn't want to support a community that is seriously prejudiced to someone's orientation and isn't causing harm to anyone else. So she's made her stance.
You're living in one. So if Nicki Minaj is coming to perform in Nigeria, what would you say?
I think that Nigeria is a lot less damaging to those people than in Iran and Iraq, because to Saudi Arabia, for example, even with Saudi Arabia, single men and single women are not allowed to sit next to each other. You're not allowed to vote, you're not allowed to drive. Some places you're not allowed to go to school as a woman. I don't know where all these non-feminists are when I'm talking about these things, if they can hear me. So they know that there's a need for feminism, is my point. But to stay on track, there's a lot more like hectic laws segregating people. And there's harsher punishments because people are different from what you think is morally accepted, or what your Bible says, or your Quran says, or whoever other person says, that you now imposed it on another person's life to a point where you're not going to even like criminalize them because you don't like the way they're doing certain things. It's extreme. Here, they might be gay people. They are gay people. There's gay people everywhere. But I think here it's a lot less restricted, and we're not seeing people coming out specifically to say we're gay. We could suspect someone, but we're not really coming out to say that.
And there's actually says until you are caught in the act.
Exactly.
They caught me. That's very you know.
So there's a lot. I think there's a lot more fluidity and like easiness on those people here that it's okay for her to come here.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think it's such a big deal if she wants to go. Okay, but personally, I probably wouldn't. But I was reading something and it was saying how, and I don't really believe it, but let's assume that the government is actually trying to open up a little and loosen up about a lot of these things, about some of the strict laws, and that's why they're bringing someone like Nicki Minaj. Because, I mean, there's really no reason why a country that strict would be inviting Nicki Minaj, because we know that...
she's not coming on hijab.
Exactly. She's not going to be covered. She is going to shake the things she's not supposed to shake. She's going to do all kinds of things. So this article I was reading was saying they're trying to be a little more loose, a little more relaxed about these things, and that's one of the reasons why Nicki was going. So if that's the truth, and I doubt it, then yes,
I doubt it really, if you're trying to be liberal, you should start from somewhere. Maybe start
not
with
Nicki.
Beyonce.
Beyonce is even far. Start from Adele, someone who wears clothes. Start from somewhere. Start from Celine Dion. Okay, even Celine Dion tried. But so I didn't really believe it. But if that's the narrative that they're pushing out, and that's the reason for bringing her, even if it's a fake narrative, well, okay. If it's a way in, let's take a way in. That's what I think.
But it's the same people that were going into that, telling them to go out. Because the activists are from Saudi Arabia who wrote against, and it's not just Nicki. Nicki's just obviously the biggest name. But there are a lot more celebrities that they were saying, we don't want you in our country, and we don't want, and that's the problem with that, with Middle East, is that they keep blocking people out and refusing to grow. And that's why there's a lot of change in Nigeria, because a lot of people have gone out and are coming back to make changes. That's the problem. If you don't open your borders, you get stuck in a generation that is refusing to move forward with the world. But I don't think it's anything surprising. Nicki, and to be fair, let me just defend my girl a little bit. I think she will also be contextual about her performance. I've seen Nicki at corporate events that she wears clothes. Maybe she just does this and not necessarily like the the boom part or whatever. I think she can actually. There's some songs that are like pretty chill, the mellow that she has. I don't think she's just necessarily.
Yeah, she can, but I mean, it's not what you expect when you go see Nicki. You want to see the full, the full Nicki performance. I don't think you want to see her hold back, but. No, honestly, that's one of the things. I like the fact that she doesn't really care, and she does her performances, and she does it full, and she does it well. So if they're gonna take her in, fine. But as you said, she's not even the first one or the only one. I learned that Mara too got some attacks last year when she got this invite, but I don't know.
I mean, it's also a very tricky one, because at the end of the day, whether or not I feel like, because that's my opinion, that Saudi Arabia is stuck in the medieval times, I still think people have a right to protect their community and their standards of morality. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's some things that I just don't want in my life. I don't want in my space, even if it's cool now. But how far do you go with trying to find that balance in like preserving your culture and your moral standards in the expense of others? So that's a debate. Like, the Saudi Arabia have the right to stop Nicki Minaj, because that in itself is segregation in a way.
I mean, I think if we keep going on this, people will keep going on. Because of that, we can't even take our last story, which is a Whoopi Goldberg. But we'll probably touch on it tomorrow morning on the next episode of Tea Time. But until then, thank you guys for always being here. Ife, Omai, and Ajewole. Until I come your way again tomorrow. And please, let me not forget my entire production team before they leave me to this job. Thank you guys. Without you guys, we won't be here. And until tomorrow, my name is Elsie Godwin, and saying thank you for watching, and see you soon.